Here we are with Mom and Dad, and we're going to do an interview about Barbara Walters special, and special, and I'm interviewing two celebrities.
I can only imagine what it will be like when I walk by your side. I can only imagine what my eyes will see when your face is before me. I can only imagine. Surrounded by your glory, what will my heart feel? Will I dance for you, Jesus, or in awe of you be still? Will I stand in your presence, or to my knees will I fall? Will I sing hallelujah? Will I be able to speak at all? I can only imagine. I can only imagine.
Yeah, they had these special meetings, and there was a couple men came through there, Harold McKay and Bill Gillespie through. They had just started out, these two as young men, as evangelists, and this is what they were going to do, have campaigns, And it was during that campaign that I got saved, and the way the verse that they used, it was really a verse to draw me to the Lord was Isaiah 53:5. He was wounded for my transgressions, bruised for my iniquity. The chastisement of peace was upon him. With his stripes we were healed. And so they said to me, well, now you put your name in there, see, which I did. And then as I did that there, and it just dawned on me that it was just a simple trust, and I put my trust in the Lord at that time, and was saved. I was 13 years old at that time.
I can only imagine when that day comes, and I find myself standing in the sun. I can only imagine when all I would do is forever worship you. I can only imagine, yeah. I can only imagine. Surrounded by your glory, what will my heart feel? Will I dance for you, Jesus, or in awe of you be still? Will I stand in your presence, or to my knees will I fall? Will I sing hallelujah? Will I be able to speak at all? I can only imagine, yeah, I can only imagine. To my knees will I fall? Will I sing hallelujah? Will I be able to speak at all? I can only imagine. Yeah, I can only imagine. I can only imagine. Yeah, I can only imagine.
Well, the first time I met your dad was his brother Charlie and Bessie Grant were getting married, and they didn't have a piano. This was in Denora, and they wanted to come to our house to practice, and your dad was best man, and so they came, and that's the first time I ever met your dad. Was introduced to him that night.
What did you think of him when you first saw him?
I had no thoughts whatsoever.
Yeah.
He had a girl with him.
Oh, is that right?
He had a girl with him.
Going out on the
And I was going out on a date, so there was nothing.
Love
No.
at first sight?
Oh,
or
no,
you, the two of you weren't even available.
no.
As time went on, then eventually, to shorten up the story, she came over to the hospital a couple times, as a matter of fact, and after I got out of the hospital, I had to go there for some treatments. So when I'd go for the treatments, then I would go over to where she was working and visit with her there, and eventually we began to see each other, and it got more frequent.
We were engaged in December, and then we were married the following July 9th, 1942. We were engaged in December on my birthday, 21st. Mm-hmm.
We'd gone together for a couple of years.
2 years, over 2 years, 2.5 almost.
Well, we really didn't have the money to think about getting married. It was just a real expense even to buy an engagement ring at that time.
It was a storefront. That's all it was.
Well, that's
there was
what
no
a lot
piano.
of them were like that.
Then, in
they
those
didn't have
days,
buildings like they have
there was
today.
no piano or anything. They sang, and I came in. Aunt Evelyn was my best maid, and Uncle Andy was Dad's best man. And Bob Crawford married us. And the hat that my mother insisted on I buying was not the hat I wanted. A large hat, and I wanted a small hat.
Tassels hanging down.
Oh, it did not have tassels.
Then we went on to Niagara Falls. Got to the American side. We wanted to go to the Canadian side, but here we didn't have any papers to show that your mother was a citizen. And so the man at the border said, well, you could get across all right to Canada, but getting back into the States, that she may not be able to get back in because you couldn't prove she was a citizen. So he advised us not to do it. So we just stayed on the American side at Niagara Falls. So we were, as usual, in a financial bind, so we had to cut our honeymoon short because we were running out of money. And we made our way back home. Remember?
We had $42 when we left, and we spent it,
So how long was your honeymoon then?
Well, we were married on a Thursday, and we came back on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So it was Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night.
And do you remember the place that you stayed in Niagara Falls?
Yeah, it was a hotel, King Edward or something like that, hotel.
Hotel on the American side.
On the American side,
yeah.
It was a real fancy room.
I can only imagine when all I would do is forever worship you. I can only imagine.